Wrote a great book, and he's a great friend of mine. He's a great painter. He has great art exhibits. I'm glad you're here, Tom, all the way from New Jersey.
Charlie, great.
It's really good to be talking to you guys again. Congratulations on your, I believe, 7th anniversary. Right?
Yeah, I can't believe time just flies. It's like
fun, as they say.
I always have fun. There isn't a time that I don't have fun.
I know. You guys, what a crew you got down there. You're wonderful. I just wanted to say, you know, I read Larry Brown's book today.
Really?
It. It's The Quintessential Hitman by Larry Brown. I'm going to tell all my friends, you got to get that book and read it. It's out of this world. It's really fantastic, and that's the only plug I'm going to give you, Teddy, tonight.
Well, that's very nice of you, and the rest you can give to Joey Reynolds, because he deserves it after all these 150 years on the radio or whatever.
Charlie. We just saw each other. I just saw him in Fort Lauderdale. We went to Frankie Valli's concert, which was great.
About Charlie Calillo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I spoke to him just about 10 minutes ago. He called my home and gave me some news I don't want to say over the radio, but it's sad news. Not about his family, about another family very close to me. But I'll wait till it comes out, you know.
We had Frankie Vincent died. You know that.
You say anything you want, Tom. You know that.
What?
Anything you want to say, you say it.
Well, on October 6th, in Fort Lee, that's my hometown, Fort Lee, New Jersey, at the Fort Lee Public Library. Right now, for 2 months, I have 17 of my paintings on display there.
Wow.
But on October 6th, they're going to have a reception and a dance, and I'm going to give a lecture on the book Bridge to the Riviera. So if anybody out there wants to come, it's Fort Lee Public Library, October 6th, and there I go plugging everything again.
Why don't you have Joey Reynolds show up there at the library? I'm sure he'd love to be part of a library experience.
Well, I would love it if some celebrity came down, you know.
You got him, there he is. I don't know if he can make it back from Florida.
Well, Teddy was just playing the Four Seasons song of Big Girls Don't Cry, which was my theme song, but he played the version by the Letterman.
Sorry, Joey.
Do you know that? You know, let me tell you something. We talk about appearances. Frankie Valli, can you hear me? Can he hear me?
Yeah, Tom.
Wait. A wonderful guy edited for Charles Alexander. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Yeah.
But he was the senior editor at Time Magazine. And one of the greatest Four Seasons fans you'd ever want to know. But Charles did a phenomenal job on this book. Charlie's book is going to be awesome also. I don't know if I have time to do my real estate business, you know. Just get down to real life. I'm having such a good time with the painting and writing books. So I've got a split personality now, and my wife is worried.
Oh, no.
Well, I hope you get lots.
I just keep going, that's all, you know. Every day I get up, I get my coffee and a bagel, and then I say, who will I be today?
Well, we're going to sing. I'm getting the cue from Jim that we're all going to sing Church Bells Will Ring, and then Lovers Concerto. We're all going to sing sing in the studio, so I guess that's a good thing, yeah. Thanks, Tom, for being on the show tonight, and I'll see you soon, Tom, up in New Jersey.
Take care, say hello to Joey. It's wonderful people, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your great little family.
Thank you very much, Tom.
And God bless you.
God bless, and all the best to you and your family, Tom. Okay.
Do you want to hear a little plug about Frankie Valli?
Sure, I'd love to.
Yeah, sure.
Are we on the air? I have never had your idea in this place.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah?
You'd be surprised.
Is there a translator? Do we do this in Chinese also? Is there a little subtitle?
Yeah, and actually, if you'd like to read it in Mandarin, we have a commercial you can read, too.
Who owns this station?
Still Arthur Liu.
He's a Chinaman, right? And they did this whole new modern building downstairs?
Yeah, they did a
smell
great job,
smell the
didn't they?
peanut oil from here. It's just wonderful. That's a great place. This has really done a great job with this over the last few years. They've really made this. They've snapped to the occasion, you know.
Yeah. So
Anyway, about Frankie. So Frankie on October 6th in L.A. by the Pacific Broadcast Group is being honored in California, of course, Pacific Broadcasters. And we're going to give him a little roast. I'm on the dais with him, so It'll be done in Los Angeles on October 6th. And I would like to, at that time, I'm going to tell a story about Sherry, which a lot of people don't know this, and I'll tell you a little bit of it now because you're pressed for time. You got so many wonderful people here, honestly. I'm just bragging on you a lot. But, you know, the fact of the matter is that when I played Sherry on the air for 4 hours on WPOP in Hartford, it made the record, it popped, you know, because we were reported to the trade papers and everybody was astounded by the fact that we played one record over and over again. I had two acetates from Bell Sound is what I had from Bob Crew. And I wore them out. You know, by the time the night was over, I was playing the B-side, the same stylus. So I played the thing for 4 hours. The only reason I was able to do that, because a lot of people say, why didn't someone stop you? You know, I did get arrested after 4 hours because it made everybody crazy in town. In those days, we had only a few stations, and only 2 were playing hit records. But I'm going to tell the story. I don't think you even know this. The program director at the time was Morton Downey Jr.
Oh my God.
So he was crazier than me. You know? I mean, that's the only reason we're able to get away with playing something for 4 hours. Then about a generation later, or in the 70s, he came on with that talk show, you know, on WRTV. But he was amazing to get out of the way and let me do that. So we both went to jail. Thank you, Mort. You were such a good friend.
I had Bill Boggs on the show several times telling me a little bit about it.
And at 4 seasons had a hit record, and we're sitting there in the can.
But you weren't there too long.
Well, we were there long enough no one wanted to bail us out. I hate to tell you that part of the story, because I called the mayor a dumb broad, and she wasn't real happy with me.
Of all these places you've lived all over the country, is there one specific place other than New York, I'm sure, that you've really enjoyed?
I like wherever I am. I'm like Tony over here, Tony Middleton. You know, every day we get up and we're above ground, which is kind of cool. And Barbara, you know, all of us, we all really are having a good life because we did what we were supposed to do. You know, Joan Rivers said to me a couple of years ago, she was on before me on the air at night, and she said, Joey, if you never did another thing in your life, you've done so much damage, you'll never be able to make up for it. You know, so don't even try. You know, it's like you have when I first got sober, you know, from drugs and alcohol. I was about 20 years sober, and I had also been 20 years using. So I said, well, now we're even. I can go out and drink again, you know. But that's not exactly the equation. So Tony and I, we're good friends. You know what? I don't see him often. But it's just a soul marriage because we have the same gratitude in life. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Say it.
Amen.
The voice, all I have to say is amen.
When did you first meet Frankie? I know you're a dear friend of his.
Well, I met him when he was a little shorter. I met him with Bob Crew. You know, I was friends with Bob. Bob had hit records, you know. The Whippin' Poop song was a hit record.
Ours was one.
And I know that. I know you were around.
You've known Frankie a long time.
I do. I know him very well and a long time, and I know all of them because I traveled with them. See, I didn't take payola, but I did take money to MC the show. So what I would do is take a couple weeks off in the summer and go on the bus. And you were on the bus with me too.
Yeah.
We went to Asbury Park, and they didn't want black people to stay at the Carteret. And we got turned away because there was a pool was in front of the hotel, and they would see black folks, you know, which was very unusual. And you know, I mean, we're entertainers. What do we care? But they did. They cared. Yeah. And now, of course, you know that's way. You know, Johnny Cash bought that place for a while too.
Yeah.
Speaking of history.
So,
There's you know what we need to have? I mean, I'm talking too much, but we need to have history because we don't have it with the separation of everything that we're doing in our society because the sense of history is so rich. You know, in this room here, I'm talking, as I mentioned a few times, I'm talking a lot. I know I'm taking the air out of the room, but I wanted to honor everybody here because everybody here has served very well and knows a lot. And they've been through everything, you know. I mean, we've had a lot of money, and we've had no money, and we've had a lot of success, we've had fame, and I'll cap it off with this. I saw a film last night, and I don't own the film. I'm not plugging it for any other reason. It's really interesting. It's called Rebel in the Rye, and it was Salinger, J.D. Salinger. You know, he wrote
Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, The Catcher in the Rye, which sold 1 billion books, you know. But he never did another novel published. And Kevin Spacey stars in it as his teacher. And it's so wonderful because it's like it's about us. You know, he got fame because he wanted fame, and then he didn't want fame. Because you don't want what fame gives you on one hand. You want the rewards, but you don't want the pain in the ass people. You know, I mean, people stick. My sister said to me, "Stay on the radio, because no one sticks their nose in your salad. You won't have the paparazzi following you.
yeah.
You're not that interesting." I said, "Wait a minute."
Anyway, Patrick Van Buren, are you going to open with? We're all going to sing together. Okay.